Sisters, I am so excited to announce to you that I have officially opened my one-on-one coaching business as now a certified mommy millionaire life and transformation strategist. I've opened up my coaching business where you get to work with me directly to heal and transform your life. Do you have a knowing in your soul that you have more to you? Do you have this knowing and you're just not sure how to access it? Are you miserable because of it? Do you feel like you're just mom and you know that there's more than being just mom? Are you feeling stuck in your life and you know that you were created to be, have, and do more than what was already going on? Listen, I totally get you, sister. I've been there and it was one of the most crushing places to sit in. You're feeling stuck, like you will never get where you want to be. You've been spinning your wheels in the dirt and are not getting there. I was there too until I hired myself a coach. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you move from that place into a place where you know and have a deep-seated vision where you want to go and how you're going to get there. I'm here to help you to find more purpose and joy and laughter in your life. I'm here to help you move from that place into a place of creative thinking, taking actions towards your goals on a daily basis. And I'm here to help you understand that there's nothing wrong with you, to understand the blocks that are truly holding you back and how to break free from them. I know that my purpose is to help women just like you become free and so radically in love with your life that everything you desire becomes a reality for you. So, how can you work with me? I am offering one-on-one coaching sessions for an amazing deal right now with my beta group. You get 5 sessions for $200, and this is going to the first 10 people who sign up with me. After that, this pricing is going to go away and it will not be available ever again. So if you want to work directly with me, shoot me an email at katrinalelly@gmail.com, or you can always find me on Instagram or Facebook and send me a direct message that way. I would love to get on a call with you and talk about whether or not this would be a good fit and how we can transform your life and get you moving forward and out of that place where you feel miserable, like you have no purpose and that you're just stuck. So reach out to me because these 10 spots are gonna fill up fast. Welcome to the Just As We Are podcast. I'm Katrina Lelly, a wife, mom in recovery, certified life and transformation strategist, community cultivator, lover of people, and student of life. Each week, I'll bring you love, inspiration, share the harder things people are afraid to talk about, and guests who are willing to shine their light for you. I give you self-care practices and mindset tips to help you shatter the negative stories you tell yourself. Now is the time to step into the beautiful, loved, whole woman you already are. Let's walk this journey together. Hi ladies, welcome back to the Just As We Are podcast. I'm your host, Katrina Lelly. And you're going to want to grab a pen and paper for today's episode. I am bringing you some incredible value in light of the circumstances that are going on in the world today. I hope to provide a safe place for you guys to just put your mind at ease if you are buying into the panic and the fear and the paranoia that seems to be running a little bit rampant in some areas. If you're part of that side of the crowd, I just want you to know that my heart goes out to you because the circumstances that are going on in the world today are actually very incredibly serious. I don't deny the seriousness of the situation, and I want you to know that as we go through today's episode and kind of just talk about, how can we not be in that space of fear and paranoia and panic? How can we find the good in today? How can we find the positive side of what is going on? And, some of you may be going, what in the hell are you talking about, Katrina? How is there any good? People are dying. People are getting sick. We're closed down. Schools are closed. They're closing down businesses. People are out of jobs. And I totally understand. I totally get that. It's going to probably still get worse before it gets better. And there may be more shutdowns. We may be put in a position where they ask us not to leave our homes and only the necessary, leave their homes. Like I saw in San Francisco, they just did the other day. They shut everything down. You can go to the grocery store and you can go to the doctors, I believe. And otherwise you are to stay at home. And so my heart goes out to those who don't see how this could be happening for them. There is always an opportunity to grow in situations like this, no matter how serious. And whatever you are thinking about is what is going to become your reality. Whatever you're choosing into is what's going to become your reality. So if you're in that worry and anxiety and fear, that's what you're going to find all over the place. And it's going to be hard for you to find the good in what is today. Parents were put in a hard position for parents who are working, and now their kids are going to be home for at least the next 6 weeks, and finding, the childcare and, providing meals. And there are kids who are going home to homes that are not safe for them. And all on my heart goes out to everybody who is affected by this and who has a place where it's not safe for them to be, or it's putting them in a stressful situation. It's not making things as simple as if we were going through normal everyday life. I come from the belief that this is happening for all of us, that there is something beautiful and good that will come out of this if it's a new awareness of how we show up in the world, and if people start showing up differently. That is amazing. I mean, is it the best situation? No, I want to stress that. I totally get the seriousness of it. However, I don't think we need to buy in to the negative side of this and to the doom and gloom side of this. I just don't think we need to do that. And so I want to give you some tools and things to kind of think about. How can you show up differently? And these are methods actually that I learned. I'm only going to give you some of them that I've learned and that my mentor passed on to me. And I want to pass on to you guys because I have been using them in everyday life since learning these tools, learning these methods, and they have been a game changer in the way that I show up, in the way that I choose to see the world, and the way that I choose to see situations. And you can absolutely use this in what's going on in today and use it when we come out of this and going into everyday life. So the first one I want to give you is set your intention to be happy regardless of the circumstance. Nothing or nobody else has control over how we choose to show up and how we choose to be. We are in control of ourselves and how we want to be. Nobody else can say or do. It doesn't matter what happens or what anybody else does. That's their stuff. It's not our stuff. And we are in charge of how we choose to react to that. Set your intention to be happy regardless of the circumstance. Be happy, especially if you have kids. Like us, being fearful and crazy will only spill over onto our kids and make their life a little more chaotic than it already is. So set your intention to be happy regardless of the circumstance, and just do the very best you can with that. The next one I want to give you is practice total and complete acceptance. Practice total and complete acceptance. There are things that are being asked of us as citizens. We are being told to stay home, to do social distancing, and I understand why all of these precautions are being put in place. I understand why they're asking us to do these things. And practicing total and complete acceptance is just being like, okay, I have no control over this situation. There's nothing that I can do to change it. What I can do is this. And what is it that I can do? I can let go of it. I don't have to go into the media frenzy. I don't have to go into the Facebook groups and go in and complain with everybody else who's saying, well, what about this? What are we going to do with the kids? And they're not providing enough of this and they're not doing that. Like, we are responsible human beings ourselves. We can take care of ourselves. We have everything we need. And if you don't, then ask your community, ask your tribe for help. Those you are trust you, those that are that are being safe themselves. Ask for help. But letting go of what we cannot control is practicing total and complete acceptance. Another way to do this is, if you are a faithful person, pray. Pray. Give this over to God. Turn this over to God every single moment of the day if you need to. Whatever it is that you are trying to manipulate and control in this situation, and it's stirring up that worry and anxiety and stress, let it go. Pray. God, I give this to you. Please take it from me. Please take this worry, this anxiety, and this fear from me. Remove it from me so that I may serve as the best for you. However that looks, whatever that prayer looks like. So practicing total and complete acceptance. Use appreciation. Use appreciation. Appreciate what you do have going on right now. Appreciate the people who are out there working, especially all those grocery store workers, the delivery drivers, the people who are still out there on the ground for us as we all walk through this together. Use appreciation. Somebody I was listening to this morning, he shared that he's been going out and he's noticed that people have been like, when he was walking to the grocery store, people are noticing like they're not even making eye contact right now. Like their head's down, there's no smile, there's like a side eye going on. Like, smile at them, say hello. Social distancing doesn't mean that we don't talk to each other and we completely cut ourselves off from one another. Use appreciation. Thank that person. Thank that grocery store worker. Check in on the people that you love. Even at home, thank your kids for when they show up and they do their schoolwork, when they help you out at the house. Use appreciation. And a side of that is appreciate yourself. Give yourself some grace during this time. If you do lose it because you're stressed or whatever, allow yourself some appreciation. Take some time for yourself. Take a little self-care when and where you can. But appreciation goes a long way. A thank you, a smile, you're doing a really great job. The next one I want to touch on is be kind to people no matter what. And for this one, it's hard sometimes, especially when we see other people being nasty. And if you're on the social media pages, you can definitely see that. If you're looking for it, you'll find it. It's not that hard to find. And being kind to people no matter what is an incredible gift you can give to somebody. There is no reason why anger needs to be met with anger or hate needs to be met with hate or any of that thing. Like, just be kind to people no matter what. Having that smile, being thankful. I see people in some of my groups who are offering, for the elderly to go pick up groceries for the elderly. That is such a kind act. But just being kind to people, being kind to people also is like not responding to that person who is being nasty, or not responding to that person who is, obviously trying to create drama, or block. I've blocked a couple of people in the social media groups just because everything they seem to go in there and post, you can tell they're trying to poke the bee's nest. And it's like, I just don't want to see you. I don't even know who you are, but I see you post regularly in here, and that's what your agenda seems to be. So I block them. So I don't even have to worry about it. I don't even know who they are, and they're out of my feed, so I don't see their stuff or their comments. But being kind to people no matter what, we could use so much more of that in the world today. Despite whether this virus that's going on, it doesn't matter. This is for every day, all the time. Being kind to people no matter what. The next one I want to share with you is find joy in every activity. Oh my goodness, there is joy in every activity if you look for it. There is joy in everything if you're looking for it. So find the joy and your heart will be more at peace. If you're looking for the good, you will find the good. Find what's good about having your kids home with you for 6 weeks. Find what's good about getting to be grounded and at home more. Like, there's projects. Maybe there's a project you've been putting off. How can you find the joy in doing that project? Think about the satisfaction that will come with finally having that project done. I've been talking a lot with Josh lately about, we started working on my office. We have an office out back. When we moved in, we made it into an office, and then it got infested with ants. And so I didn't want to be out there anymore. And then it kind of got filled with stuff. And And then we tried cleaning it out again, and Cassidy was using it as a little art room, and then it got filled with stuff again. And so I finally was like, I need an office. I need an office. I need somewhere I can actually go and work that's not in the house, that will help me get out of this space and kind of have my own space. And so the other day, we practiced cleaning it up. We cleaned up the office, and I'm loving the new look and feel that's coming with it. We are going to change some things. I'm putting inspiring stuff in there. He's going to help me make sure it doesn't get infested again. Just finding the joy in every activity. So I went out, and I honestly didn't want to do it because I was kind of tired of, we've made this room, cleaned it up so many different times. And the other day I didn't really want to do it. It's like, no, think about the satisfaction that I'm going to get from doing this. And I'm super happy that I just got up and went out and did it with a little assistance from my husband and kids. So find the joy in every activity. Where's the joy in, working alongside your kids and helping them with some schoolwork, or finding new adventures to do at home, or board games, or, going out and doing the grocery shopping. I've only been once, and it's not that chaotic. So it's like, okay, where can we find the joy? I see people were smiling and happy. So if you're looking for it, you're going to find it. The next one is, you live in prosperity. We have everything we need. We will always be taken care of, and we have everything we need. So people are out there in that panic, in that paranoia, buying all the toilet paper, clearing the shelves out, and not leaving for others. It can be a one man for himself type of mentality. We're going to be okay. We're going to have everything we need. If you look for the people who are willing to help you and be a support of you, they're going to be in support of you. I know that God provides for us, and that we're going to be taken care of. And I have faith that we're going to be taken care of, and that we're not going to go hungry. We're not going to run out of toilet paper. Everything will be provided as it's needed. We live in prosperity, you guys. Think about if this is going on in some of the other countries, which it is, but what are their resources like? They seem to find the joy in every activity a lot simpler than we can, and they have less resources than we do. So that's something to keep in mind and think about. Your mind is not your friend. During this time, your mind is not your friend. So especially if you're buying into or you're consuming all of the media outlets, they're there to scare you. And some are definitely informational. Depends on who you're watching. I'm not going to get political or anything like that, but watch what you're consuming, because you're going to consume that, and then your mind is going to start to go spin crazy, and it's going to start telling you stories, and it's going to make those stories even bigger and bigger and bigger than they need to be. Your mind is not your friend. So really watch what you're consuming, really watch what you're thinking about, and how can you shift those thoughts into something more positive. Going back to that, set your intention to be happy. When your mind starts going down the drain, like, no, I'm choosing to be happy, and I'm going to practice acceptance around what's going on right now. The next one is, your opinion is your source of suffering. So if you are on that fence of needing to tell everybody your opinion about what is going on, I've only seen a few conspiracy theories out there around this whole ordeal, but your opinion is your source of suffering. If you are so attached to your opinion and not open to possibility, or you're not willing to practice the acceptance that somebody else has a different idea than you do, then you're going to go into suffering. You're going to suffer unless you're able to practice that total and complete acceptance and let it go. The next one I want to share is practice being at peace in the chaos. It can be very chaotic right now. People are choosing to be chaotic. Practice being at peace in the chaos. How can you take care of you? How can you take care of your mind during this time? Practice being at peace in the chaos. This is where that acceptance comes in. This is where that setting your intention comes in. This is where being kind to people comes in. Practice being at peace in the chaos. Like, I have not gotten all caught up in all of the things. I understand the precautions that need to be taken. I know this is a serious deal. However, I'm not buying into the chaos and the worry and the fear and the anxiety. I have a very strong faith that this is working in all of our favors, that something amazing and beautiful and big is going to come from this. And I think it's going to really kind of show people the way we show up in our lives. Things won't be the same going forward. And the last one I want to share with you is to embrace uncertainty. We are so scared of the unknown and the uncertain. And there is something so good and beautiful when we embrace uncertainty and we just get up and do what we do. There is goodness in what is going on. We don't know how long this is going to last. We don't know what's going to come next. Get grounded. Practice being at peace. Practice living in today just for today. How can you live just for today? You can shut off the social media, shut off the news channels, get grounded with your kids, play a game. I was even thinking about doing some Zoom calls, an online call, just to connect with friends, check in with one another, set up a phone chain, set up an online gathering like that for friends. I saw a friend post I bet if enough people had that game, Cards of Humanity, we could have an amazing game over Zoom. And I thought, oh, that is such a brilliant idea. There are ways to still socialize and be in connection with the people in our lives without having to be 3 feet from them, right? 6 feet from them, technically. So embrace uncertainty. It is an uncertain time. And just trust whatever you trust or believe in, that you are being taken care of and that you are loved and you are supported. And I believe that. And I want you to know that from my heart to yours. I know that you are loved and you are supported and you are going to be taken care of. This is such a vital time to know these things. And it's even more important to carry these things through you past when this all eventually goes away and we move on and we're back to quote unquote normal life. I love you all. I hope you hear my heart in this, and I hope that this brought value to you, especially if you're kind of having a difficult time right now with some worry and some anxiety and some fear. That's you and you want to talk somebody to talk to, feel free to reach out to me in any format that you wish to. I am here for you. I am here to bring my light to you. Let's bring our light to the world today, because our light needs to be shining so bright today amidst everything that is going on. So I love you guys. I hope this brings value. Share it with your communities if it does. Maybe it'll bring a little bit of peace to your heart or somebody that you know. And know that we're going to be okay. Everything is going to be more than okay. And we're going to get through this. It's a trying time. It's an uncertain time. Our people are doing the best that they can with what they know. And I just have that belief and that faith. I don't always agree with everything, but that's where that total acceptance comes in. And it's I get to take care of me. And is it throwing a wrench in things? Yes, but how can I still show up, still be happy, still find joy, and still practice being at peace amidst all of this? So I love you all, and I want you to have an amazing day. Hi, friends. If you enjoyed this episode of the Just As We Are podcast, it would mean so much to me if you would head on over to iTunes and leave me a 5-star review. Take a screenshot of today's episode and tag me at Katrina Lelly on your social media. If you haven't already, head on over to the Just As We Are podcast community on Facebook and hit join, where you will get to join more of the Just As We Are tribe. And remember that no matter where you are on your journey, you are completely whole and loved just as you are.